After the lecture, I asked him, well, Mr. Avesi, what do you have to say? He said, I still have some doubts. I told him, well, you came here a complete atheist. 2 hours later, you still have some doubts. That's a very serious progress for one lecture. He looked at me like that. I said, why don't we sit one-on-one and I clarify all your doubts? And he said, absolutely, I would love to. I was thinking to myself, politicians, they tell you what you want to hear. Politicians, well, he's going to tell me, of course. He's really going to meet me. But surprisingly, about 9 days later, his assistant called me up. He said, what about your word to meet Mr. Avesi? Is it on? You were serious about it? I said, of course. He said, so when do you want to do it? I said, tomorrow. When? I gave him a location of a quiet restaurant. We met the next day. We sat for 3 hours, one-on-one. Massive attack from one of the smartest people I met in my life. Maybe the smartest. One of the smartest for sure. Sharp, clever, sharp brain, speaks to the point. Everything he detects. And after 3 hours, he got up, told me, I have to understand, all the FBI, CD Hall, all the courts, Supreme Courts, fire department, schools, unions, everything in New York State, 20 million people is in his hand, the pensions of all the workers. That is, it's like the treasury of New York State, which is about 3 or 4 times bigger than Israel. Think about it. So it's a very, very powerful person. Friend of Warren Buffett, and Queen Elizabeth, and Ariel Sharon, Shimon Peres was telling me some of the stories. And somebody like that, he got up, and there are witnesses to that. He said, I never believed in my life that religion can be proven scientifically. I'm really, quite frankly, I'm surprised, very surprised. I always thought it's a matter of faith. I heard so many discussions about religions, Jews, Christian, Muslim. It always stay a matter of belief. You want to believe, that's it. You don't want to believe, it's your word against the book word, that's all. But for the first time in my life, now I feel I don't have any more questions left. I know 100% it's divine, and this book came from God. You proved it to me. And I said to him, so what are you going to do with that? So his answer to me was, and I'm telling it to you in front of a camera. You can go and check. You can call him and ask him. You can call his office. I won't tell you something that didn't happen that evening. So he said to me, well, I'm a lost case already. I should have met you 30, 40 years ago. I said to him, why? You're still alive. You can still fix things. He said to me, come on, I'm 68 years old. I just found out I'm married to a non-Jew. I just found out my kids are not Jewish. Where exactly I will start to fix? I said to him, believe me, even a partial correction counts. So, that was the end of it. He went to his way, I went to my way. Okay. A few days later, he told me, that was the last time I spoke to him. One more time after that meeting, and that's it. Never heard from him ever again. He told me, well, I just want you to know that after my meeting with you, I changed my mind about one thing. For a few years, the people that are in charge of the March of the Living, when Jews go from all over the world to Auschwitz, they subsidize the trip to Poland, Jews from everywhere go. He said they've been after me for a long, long time to do fundraising for them because I know all the important people. And I refused, but after speaking to you, I felt I got to do something to my nation, to my Jewish nation. His grandfather was a Chassid from Satmar, from Hungary. And he is already, Hashem Yerachem. He said to me, I felt that I have to do something for my nation, and I decided to take the offer, and I will do fundraising for them. I was thinking to myself, Chaval, you would do fundraising for my CDs, you get 1 billion times bigger reward. We save Jewish souls. I mean, Auschwitz is important. It's a shock to every Jew to wake up to understand, but it's much more important to give a Jew my CD, Torah and Science, that have 4 hours of proofs that no one in a history still have any answers against those proofs. No one. You will never find. Bring anyone you want. I met with judges, the head prosecutor of San Diego is a personal friend of mine. He has now a yarmulke on. And many sharks that are very clever people, famous people, few celebrities in Israel. One of the most famous singers, I sent someone behind the scene to give him my CD in Hebrew, Torah Umada. You know him, Shlomi Shabbat, the singer in Israel?
Oh, sure.
Shlomi Shabbat was complete Chiloni. 2 weeks after he got my CD, he became Shomer Shabbat, started to go to Shiurei Torah. You understand? So why? Because the CD is very, very strong. If you're honest, all you have to be is an honest person.